or hindrance to their program.
Like what Hitler had. Okay.
Like Hitler had.
Okay.
Exactly.
They already have some in this country?
I already have something against something. Matter of fact, if you go, people don't know the history. They have no idea of what history is. The scripture said, my people perish because of a lack of knowledge. And as another philosopher said, since you don't know history, you're subject to repeat it. Back during World War II, even during Lincoln, if you Ezra Pound, as you look his name up, he was put in the crazy house because he was against World War I. Woodrow Wilson and his band. Woodrow Wilson is very interesting. He reminds me of Obama. Wilson had an aide, chief, we call it chief or secretary, whatever we want to call it.
Chief of staff.
Chief of staff.
Yes, sir.
He was named Colonel House, and Colonel House controlled him, so much so that Wilson, which was a PhD from Princeton, head of Princeton, he said, this man, House, Colonel House, was my alter ego. And Colonel House's father was connected to the Rockefellers during the Civil War.
And the Rockefellers were convicted to the Illuminati.
Right.
Yes,
so my point I'm trying to make to you is that they had this man walled in, and only until he died that he realized that he signed the
Federal Reserve.
The Federal Reserve Bill, and when he died, he said, "Woe is me! I have actually caused the destruction of my country." He had a second thought about what he had did because he had been bamboozled.
Yes, sir.
For the whole time that he had been doing his 8 years and that he was in his presidency.
There's a lot of people that's looking at this overseas and they don't know that. I think one year the United States Congress had a closed door session, meaning that this information was not supposed to leak to the news media. What year was that? Last year. This 2008. 2008. And why was it closed from the knowledge you have, and what was they talking about?
The rumor was that they were talking about the literal collapse of the system.
Okay.
And as we were talking about this, getting back to the concentration camps, etc., when a system collapses, in other words, usually when this becomes just about worthless. Now let me say right now, when this stuff becomes absolutely worthless, I'm telling you right now, before Obama leaves office, we either have a banking holiday and the dollar will be devalued.
Yes, sir.
So then when this stuff becomes absolutely worthless, people get crazy. They run around the street, they're rioting and all types of stuff. You got people that are, so what happened to preserve, to keep order under what they do in declare martial law, they would round folks up and throw them in the camps because you have no habeas corpus. So you get order, and then people that we think are stirs like me, and take us to the camp.
We dissidents.
Troublemakers. Troublemakers. So they threw you all in camps. You have no constitutional right.
Back then they called them alarmists.
Yeah, alarmists, right. So what they
now they call them conspirators.
Conspirators. So they would put you into a camp or someplace like that, such that they could get control of the masses. The problem is getting control of the masses. That's one of the reasons why America's got, 300 or 400 million guns, and that's the only thing that possibly keep us free, is that they know that they can't clamp down, and that's the first thing Hitler did is try to remove arms from somebody, because you got an armed population, and if you read the Constitution, the founder said an armed citizen was the best defense against tyranny.
Since Obama got in, the Caucasians are pale skinned are buying up guns like a little bit.
Well, see, it's bigger than Obama. Obama's just a puppet.
Okay.
All presidents have ever been puppets. I mean, anybody that thinks that Obama has got some power, they must be smoking dope. Kennedy didn't have power. Lincoln didn't have power.
Because there's two things that exist on this land that I call southwest of Mexico.
Yes, sir.
And that is that you have what's known as the Republic of the United States, which is a country.
Right.
And then you have a corporation known as the United States of America Incorporated.
Right.
And President Barack Obama is the President of the United States of America Incorporated. However, Senator Biden is the Chairman of the Board of the United States Republic, which is a country. It's just like Puerto Rico. You have Puerto Rico is not Puerto Rico. That's a corporate name.
Yeah.
The real name of that land is called Barancano. The people from there are not Puerto Ricans. They're called Boricua because they're from the land of You know, it's amazing, like I said, not being a thinker, not allowing people to read, and the Rockefellers, all of those people behind them,
Yeah.
they're doing that intentionally to keep people, as you said earlier, dumbed down.
Well, it's always easy to enslave someone if they have a lack of knowledge. People can always be bamboozled. The whole thing about the Madoff scandal is that he was allowed to continue the scandal. Few people were just deceived. I'm not deceived. And he was a Jewish guy that was deceiving Jews. So it shows you that, you know, greed knows no color.
But there were some bigger people than him, wouldn't you say, who were making money from what he was
yeah,
doing.
bigger people than that. He was a lot. Listen, you can't run a racket like that.
He was a little bitty guy.
He's a little bitty guy without having some overseers in it.
Yes, they had their closed door session. You know, they know that the economy is going to go in shambles. I mean, the unemployment rate right now is 10% in 2009, and
But the true expense. 10 is the government statistics now.
I mean, yeah, people
The unofficial true statistic is 20.
Okay.
1 in 5 is already, and we're approaching probably. I'd say before Obama gets out, it'll be 1 in 3.
Okay.
Possibly 1 in 4 is 1 in 2, but 1 in 3 people will be unemployed in America.
Yeah. So what are they going to do when the people go into uproar? Are they going to bring military troops that are spread abroad like it was in the Roman Empire back to protect the empire when the people get in uproar? What?
Possibly.
Maybe you can.
Would you say they've already violated the Posse Comitatus Act? Because they've already brought troops and placed them in 4 different quadrants in this country?
Well, not only that, they did that against, that was shot at Trent. Which wasn't allowed to be used, military troops. That goes back to troops on the citizens. And that mirrors what happened in the Roman Empire. They were not allowed to use the legions on Roman citizens. Now, that was a no-no. Now, you could take them, they beat the hell out of the barbarians, but you didn't bring the Roman legions back in. The 101st Cab and the black helicopters, you didn't bring them back under the people. And you could do anything outside America, but when you came back in America, you had laws that you had to abide by. So that's basically what you have. You're talking about what they meant was that when this thing melts down, they knew that you would have order in the streets. They knew that people would seek blood, and they would make sure that families would go to safe locations such that they know that they would be protected. Because what's going to happen once you find out the thing has been a fraud and you've been deceived,
yes, sir,
you got chaos. You say, wait a minute, well, so-and-so took our money. And so folks lock and load to start looking for politicians and bankers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you don't have a court of law. You know, so those people have made preparations where they can go to these bunkers or wherever and be, should I say, protected from the masses as these people rise up and find out that their money, their pension, their homes, everything is upside down. They don't have no pension, they don't have no house, they don't have nothing. Everything's gone.
Wow. People that's going to really, from what we read, this is really going to happen to them. They're going to really attack the politicians for lying to the people and the preachers, I'm pretty sure. I'm speculating.
Well, that and pieces of the empire.
So people like me, you, Mark Sims, Boise, the alderman, they're going to get rid of people like us.
Well,
very soon, right?
But that's a small part of the problem.
Okay.
I mean, they put us in the